Though I think it's safe to say that the OKC Thunder have the best young core. After years of trying to make things work with Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant, the duo ultimately disbanded. KD would of course join the Warriors and move on, and the Thunder would trade Russ years later. Signaling a rebuild, Sam Presti and the Thunder quickly got to work, collecting as many draft picks as they could, acquiring superstar talent, and continuing to make little moves here and there that could turn into big ones. Now, they formed a juggernaut young core that is ready to take the entire league by storm. A lot of people have discussions on who they believe is the scariest team in the NBA. Is it the champion Denver Nuggets? The new look Warriors? What about a healthy Lakers team? Or the Milwaukee Bucks looking for revenge? Is it the star-studded Celtics? No. In my opinion, it isn't any of those teams. The Oklahoma City Thunder are the scariest team in the NBA, and let me tell you why. Looking at the current Thunder team, they have it all. They have the scoring, the coaching, the shooting, the shot creation, the playmaking, and the defense. This team is led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the 25-year-old phenom who has turned into a superstar. Drafted by the Charlotte Hornets, Shai was in a draft day trade to the Los Angeles Clippers. On the Clippers, he had a decent-sized role his rookie season and gave them some spark in the playoffs. But his Clippers career was short-lived. He was traded to the OKC Thunder as the main piece of the Paul George trade, and immediately he blossomed.
Shai puts it in and walks it off in OKC by 17. Shai dismisses Dave Ottery.
Not a ton of choices for Eric Spoelstra.
Oh, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Saunders to the right. SGA open lane. Put it down. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Shai turned into a steady star in OKC, drastically improving each and every year, with the pinnacle of his success coming this season. He averaged a career-high 31.4 points per game, dishing out 5.5 assists per game, and shot 51% from the field and 90% from the free throw line. He deservedly made his first All-Star game this year and was an All-NBA first-team player, establishing himself as a top player in the NBA. He legitimately has it all. The ability to get downhill and attack the paint. He's a laser from the mid-range area and will make you pay from deep if you disrespect him. He makes well. He's a great defender for his position and has a swagger and poise that you would want from your star player. He's doing things that only Michael Jordan has done. So that right there should tell you how good of a player he is. And with getting Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the Thunder accomplished the biggest thing in a rebuild, establishing your franchise player. Then it became time to get the complementary pieces around him, and so far, Sam Presti has done an outstanding job in doing that. In 2021, they drafted Josh Giddey with the 6th overall pick. A late riser in that draft, Giddey was poised to be a do-it-all player. At 6'8", Giddey's an incredible playmaker, averaging just about 6 assists a game. He pulled down nearly 8 rebounds and scored 16.5 points per contest. At his height, he can legitimately play every position for the Thunder. Offensively, he's a huge positive, being an initiator, setting up the offense, and putting players in their spots. Now, there's work to be done defensively, and he could do a better job at getting to the rim and drawing contact, but he's still very young and has many more things he could add to his game. And now we have to talk about their 2022 draft, a year that looks to take their team to new heights. In this draft, they lucked out into the 2nd overall pick and used it on Chet Holmgren. Unfortunately, his technical rookie year wasn't able to happen due to an injury sustained in a pickup game that kept him out for the entire year. But now, Chet is coming back bigger and better. He's put on some muscle, he's had a year to soak up everything about the NBA, and it's all showing in the Summer League. For the Thunder, he'll plop into the starting center position and immediately elevate that team in so many ways. And to think this past season, the Thunder were a middle-of-the-pack defensive team and just an okay rebounding team without a true center. Now, Chet is going to change all of that, and he's no slouch offensively. On that side of the ball, he's a legit unicorn. He has a smooth jumper. He can operate in both the pick and pop and the pick and roll. He's comfortable off the catch and shoot and comfortable in pull-ups, and he's comfortable dribbling the ball and will take advantage of all of that against opposing centers. Currently, he's tied for 2nd on FanDuel and Rookie of the Year odds, and that's looking like easy money to me, all things considered. Then there's Jalen Williams, who looks to be the player that connects this core together. A silky smooth player out of Santa Clara, J-Dub took the NBA by storm in his rookie year. He was a Rookie of the Year finalist, averaging 14 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. Most importantly, he was extremely efficient, shooting 52% from the field, 35% from 3, and 81% from the free throw line. He's put on a ton of muscle this offseason and is what I like to call a young vet. This is because his basketball IQ is so advanced for someone his age, and he basically has little flaws in his game. Getting more opportunities next season is going to do wonders for him, as he projects to be OKC's secondary shot creator behind Shai. And that right there is your core 4. You see why people view them as having the best young core in the league, but their team is much deeper than that. There's Lou Dort, who completes that starting lineup. He's a consistent all-defensive candidate year in and year out with his elite perimeter defensive ability. Him and Shed should make a great defensive pairing on that team. Cason Wallace was just drafted by them this offseason and looks to be another important component of that core. He brings more playmaking, improved shooting, and defense on the perimeter. With all the versatility that's on this team, he should fit right in. There's also Ousmane Dieng and the other Jalen Williams, two other players who were drafted last year that can see important minutes for the Thunder this season as they continue to improve their games. And then there's a plethora of assets on this team. As of today, they have 22 players on that roster, so a roster-heavy crunch will have to happen. There's players like Ty Washington, Usman Garuba, and Davis Bertans that were recently acquired that are unlikely to be on the roster at the start of the season. Established players on a roster like Trey Mann and Jeremiah Robinson Earl also look to be on the outside looking in when it comes to roster construction. All in all, this is just another way for the Thunder to add to their already seemingly infinite draft picks for the future. Over the next 7 years, the Thunder will have 35 draft picks, including 15 first-rounders. And you can package these picks with other assets to get star players that become available, or use these picks to add to your core. They're going to have a ton of cap space next season to throw out a ton of players, and the possibilities for this team is just endless. And that right there is what makes them so scary. This team looks to be a dynasty, and once they look to go all in, it's going to be a scary sight. I'd truthfully be surprised if this team misses the playoffs, barring any injuries. It's going to be fun. It's going to be real hectic, and most importantly, it's going to be a lot of growing for this OKC Thunder team. And I cannot wait to see what they are able to accomplish.